Everyone loves the way golf glamour girl Paige Spiranac speaks her mind, and when we say she's totally unfiltered, you should know that we mean it. There's no denying that the 29-year-old golfer has taken the entire industry by storm. For starters, nobody really expected a woman as beautiful as her to be interested in a sport like golf. Now, apart from her swing, she's also known for her iconic outfits, aesthetically pleasing Instagram feed, and most importantly, the way she bashes anyone who gets in her way. Hey guys, welcome back to Golf 365, where we give you a daily dose of golf updates. In this video, we'll be taking a look at all the times Paige Spiranac has slammed male PGA superstars. So without further ado, let's get started. First up, let's look at her most recent feud with alpha male Nick Adams. If you're a fan of golf, then you're probably well aware of Nick Adams and his self-proclaimed title of alpha male. Back in January, he took to Twitter to complain about how female golfers play too slow and suggested they should only stick to par 3 courses. He seems to be complaining directly about Paige since the two were playing together that Saturday. In fact, Adams even said that, quote, "There's no reason women should be allowed to slow down the pace of play on a beautiful Saturday like today. If that isn't a direct dig, then we don't know what is." Since it was pretty obviously aimed at Paige, she quickly responded by saying that it'd be so satisfying driving you all day long. Whoops. Now, Nick isn't the kind of man who'd give up an argument. So, just as we'd expect, he hit back immediately and suggested that Paige's huge audience has less to do with her golfing skills. We already know how much Paige resents the fact that she's always sexualized for being a gorgeous woman in a male-dominated sport, right? So, of course, she kept the spat going. She replied saying, "Listen, Nick, we all know I have fantastic milkers. I shall now change my name to Paige Spiranac Alpha Jugs. And honestly, we have to give it to her. That was an awesome comeback." If that wasn't enough, she tweeted again saying, "Little Nicky, listen to mommy milkers and go to your room. You're embarrassing yourself." And after that, she quote tweeted Nick's original tweet and said that he's the kind of golfer who tees off from the tips but can't hit it more than 220. According to her, he'd wait for par 5s in 2 when he's 310 out. Then he'll say, "Hit it, Sally," when someone in the group leaves a putt short and he thinks he has a shot with the cart girl. Following these incredibly sarcastic comments, the world of golf news basically just lost their mind. The whole Twitter feud got tons of media coverage, and that's not something we get to see all the time. After all the popularity, Nick posted another tweet saying, quote, "Nick Adams 1, beta males and feminists 0." Paige didn't reply to that tweet, but she posted one of her own where she joked around about the feud. She wrote that social media is all fun and games until years later when her future children come home to ask why men on the internet are calling her alpha jugs. So, is this Paige versus Nick feud over, or will it continue? We'll leave that up to you guys to decide. But hey, the more important question is, will the nickname Alpha Jugs stick around? Next up, she even passed a witty comment to Phil Mickelson about 4 inches. Wait, what inches are we talking about? Oh, showing 4 inches of skin. Hold up, let's recap the full story. It was the day after the Farmers Insurance Open when Phil posted a tweet targeting Sam Ryder's outfit at the tournament. He posted a tweet with a question that the tour doesn't allow anyone to wear shorts, but allows this week's leader to wear joggers with ankle socks that show 4 inches of ankle. He even admitted he's no fashion guy and never will be, but there are a few things he won't ever understand. Being the golf fashion diva that she is, Paige was pretty quick to comment on the situation during her Playing Around podcast. She first called out Phil by saying that she didn't see the original tweet because he has her blocked on Twitter. But then she saw all the retweets from fans and had to check out what all the fuss was about. Then she just said that if Phil thinks that's 4 inches, then she feels sorry for his wife. Whoops, if we were Phil, then that comment would have hurt. Paige continued by saying that maybe Sam was showing an inch of ankle at most, and for what it's worth, she thought he looked good. She also said that it's super frustrating how golf Twitter can be bothered by something as simple as Sam wearing joggers. She added that if such little skin throws off the golf community on Twitter, then it really goes to show how strict the rules are at these games. And if you ask us, then it even shows how rigid the fans can be. And of course, after hearing what Paige said, Phil had to respond in a witty way too. He tweeted saying, "Ma'am, we're speaking guy talk and this isn't directed towards you." After that, Paige quote retweeted his comment and said, "Sums up my life in the golf industry, lol." And following up on that, Paige has also slammed the entire golf industry and news outlets for their gross reports. All of us know that Paige is vocal about her experience in the golf industry. In fact, she recently revealed that every time she's pictured with any male athletes or celebrities, news reports are flooded with some super gross comments. In an Instagram Q&A session, she said that she'd be thrilled to play a match with Tiger Woods or Tom Brady. So why doesn't she do it? Well, it turns out that she needs to guard herself from the never-ending rumors. According to Paige, every time she works with a man, there are some disgusting sexual rumors that make her feel like she can't participate at certain events. People start pairing her up with colleagues and make some very R-rated fantasies in their heads. Paige also added that being a woman in a male-dominated industry is hard. And of course, being seen as a pro golfer isn't the only hard part. The biggest consequence of these gross comments is that she feels like she can't interact with people normally anymore. That's simply because she doesn't want to start any of those disgusting rumors for herself or for other people. Even though the golf girl has gotten used to being criticized for everything she does, she still feels like it's affected her career overall. Still, we all need to applaud her courage for a moment because we've never seen her shy away from controversy. In fact, she's super quick to take down any trolls that try to bring her down on social media. And of course, Paige isn't the only woman in golf who's gotten hate. Back when Holly Saunders appeared on Paige's podcast, she opened up about a horrific incident back at the 2015 US Open. Holly was a prominent Fox Sports journalist back then, so she asked Jordan Spieth about his outfit for the event. Even though the question was supposed to be lighthearted, what came after was tons of serious, hate-filled comments for Holly. Recalling the incident on the podcast, she called Jordan a dumb bimbo and said the next day was probably the worst day of her life. Even though these incidents have a lasting influence on these women, neither of them let the hate comments bring them down. In fact, Paige knows her target audience obviously consists of men. When she topped the list of golfers with the most followers on Instagram, she was quick to pass a bold comment that said, "This just in, men like golf and boobs." And if that wasn't enough slamming, how could we forget when she sided with PGA and called out all the traitors who went to LIV Golf? Back when the whole PGA versus LIV Golf controversy was at its peak, Paige said something that made everyone realize that there's more to this golf girl than just looks. Everyone knows that she's super photogenic and straight up gorgeous, but when she called out everyone who ran off to LIV, things got serious pretty quickly. Now, if you don't know what happened between PGA and LIV, let's fill you in on all the gossip. Ever since LIV became a thing, many top players from PGA left to join the new association as soon as they could. And of course, it's pretty obvious that they did it because of the juicy checks that the Saudi-backed league was offering. But hey, apart from the money, some players also joined LIV because it has 54-hole matches. This meant that players would have more free time on their hands to spend with their families or to pursue other hobbies. So, what did Paige say about these golfers? Well, she started off by saying that she has no objections with the new association. Of course, she just wanted what's best for their game, but that's not all. She went ahead and added that she doesn't like how some golfers aren't fully transparent about why they changed and are now fighting to continue playing in the PGA too. In the end, she got straight to the point and said, quote, "You took the money, now stay there if you're so happy." So much for sugarcoating things, right? And that's a wrap on a few times that Paige totally slammed male PGA superstars. Which feud did you enjoy the most? Do you agree with what Paige said? Let us know in the comments below. Before you head out, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content like this. See you in the next one!